Hi, my name's Tim. Today I would like to tell you a short talk on request. Number 1. Firstly, the speaker announced, "Next stop was Greenwich." So he suggested, "Remain seated until the train had come to a complete stop." Next, he reminded, "Not to stand up until they had stopped at the station, because that was for their own safety." After that, he reminded, "Check around their seat to make sure they hadn't left anything behind." Finally, the speakers were thankful for riding the commuter rail service, and he wished they have a pleasant trip. Number 2. Firstly, the speaker welcomed to the Franklin Theatre, and she introduced, "That night's performance was the opening show of the 25th season." Next, she suggested the audience turn up all cell phones, pagers, and recording devices before the show began. After that, she reminded, the use of cameras, video, and digital cameras weren't allowed while the actors were on stage. Finally, the speaker reminded, information on upcoming shows was available in the lobby. Number 3. Firstly, the speaker announced the customer had reached the voicemail lab morning was, and he was either away from his desk or out at the office. Next, he suggested press 1 to speak with his assistant to make an appointment, or wait for the beep and leave a message. Finally, the speaker reminded he would return their call as soon as he could. Number 4. Firstly, the speaker announced Flight 15 was ready for boarding then, so she suggested all passengers line up at the gate and have their boarding pass to show to a flight attendant. Next, she reminded to tell the flight attendant now if they were traveling with small children or need special assistance boarding the plane. After that, she reminded if their carry-on bags were too large, the flight attendant could check them. Finally, the speaker said, "That was non-smoking flight." Number 5. Firstly, the speaker announced a traffic accident downtown was causing major delays on several main roads. Next, he suggested the drivers avoid North State Street and use Constitution Avenue instead if they had to ride downtown. After that, he reminded, even on Constitution Avenue, they would still experience some delays. Finally, the speaker announced officials expected the delays to last for several hours. Number 6. Firstly, the speaker was thankful for calling counterweight computers, and all of their lines were busy then. Next, she suggested hang up and dial the telephone number if they wanted to reach technical support, or stay on the line if they wanted to speak customer service representative. After that, she reminded their call would be answered in turn. Finally, the speaker said there was quite approximately 5 minutes. Number 7. Firstly, the speaker announced Springfield had been struck by hurricane the week after that had left millions of dollars of property damage in this week. Next, he commented, thousands of people have been left harmless and could expect to spend several weeks living in shelters. After that, he said, the city was seeking donations of food and clothing for hurricane victims. Finally, the speaker reminded if they wanted to help, they could send their donations to the Spring Rescue Committee. Number 8. Firstly, the speaker introduced Mrs. Jackson, who had just joined their staff as the new manager's assistant. Next, she suggested all staff members help her out during her first few days there because she learned their office routines. Finally, the speaker thought all staff members were ready to help her feel welcome to their office, and she was thankful for that. Number 9. Firstly, the speaker announced the fire alarm system was being tested that morning. Next, he commented, keep calm. When they heard the alarm go off several times in the course of the morning because there was no need to leave the building or to avoid using the elevator. After that, he said, just continued with their usual routine. Finally, the speaker was thankful for that. Number 10. Firstly, the speaker suggested the driver of the white car parked near the park entrance move his car because he was parked illegally. Next, the speaker said the driver needed to move his car immediately or it would be ticketed and towed. After that, the speaker commented the driver could park in the visitor parking area located near the veranda of the building. Finally, the speaker explained the parking area by the back entrance was for delivery vehicles only.